who's in this? Who can you tell us who is in this? Because I mean, you've got. I don't want to let. I want to make sure I'm not letting anything out of the bag here.
I appreciate it, Rich.
I want you to do whatever you need to do to keep whatever you want in the bag before Friday.
Well, Aaron Paul's in the movie,
right?
Right. And Charles Baker and Matt Jones are in the movie, Skinny Pete and Badger.
Okay.
And that's about all I can tell you.
That's about it.
That's all I can kind of say at this moment.
Okay.
My producers, after having done that amazing job of keeping a secret, would literally, I'd drive home from this taping if I gave some away, and they would just beat me to death.
Because you're so close. We're
so close.
Very close.
To use a sports metaphor, we're on the 2-yard line.
You're on the 2-yard line.
Hey, there you go.
Well,
Sports.
Gilligan, everybody.
First time I ever said anything sports related.
And by the way, you nailed it. You stuck the landing on that. You stuck the absolute
I know
landing.
a little bit about baseball.
But what do you think? How much of the DNA of the show is in this?
Quite a bit of the DNA of the show in spirit, and in the embodied in the performance that Aaron Paul gives, which is just absolutely tremendous. He does such a fantastic job in this movie. He's a star, and I always knew he was a star. I mean, after like day 5 or 6 of the pilot, I knew he was a star. Just like I already knew Bryan Cranston was a star, but this young man, Aaron Paul, I said, this guy's got the goods.
Well, we played a clip earlier, Vince, where you, in your first time here, I hadn't heard that before, that you initially were going to kill Jesse Pinkman's character off in the first season of Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then the chemistry was just too damn good, and you're like, we got to go back to the drawing board on this character.
Exactly, yeah. So... And man, there wouldn't be a movie now.
I know, it's kind of ironic in that regard as well.
Astounding.
Now, when you look at Jesse Pinkman's character and Aaron Paul's character, what do you think made it work so well back in the day that you decided, let's go with this kid?
I think he's got heart in real life, and both those actors, Bryan and Aaron, can play pretty much any character they want. They have that technical skill, that ability, that talent. But there's something about heart. You can fake it, but if you really have it to the degree that Aaron Paul has it, it just comes out. It leaks out. Because initially, you watch that first episode of Breaking Bad, Jesse Pinkman is kind of a little creep. And he's not necessarily that likable, nor was he intended to be in the first episode, in the pilot episode. But he became basically the moral center of the whole entire TV show because Aaron Paul has such heart, has such goodness within him that it leaked out, whether any of us intended it to or not. And the show became a very different show than it would have because of who Aaron Paul fundamentally is, and that is to the good. It became a better show because of him.
Vince Gilligan here on the Rich Eisen Show, the writer and director and producer of El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie that is going to stream on Netflix on Friday, October 11th. True or false, it starts 5 minutes after the end of Breaking Bad. Is that a true story? Ish? Same day?
No, actually it's not. You know what? I'll give you a little spoiler. No, that is not true.
That is not true?
That is not true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that. Does it tie up in a neat end? Is this the last one of these?
I think it's the last one of these. But then probably 5 years ago I said, or whenever the last time I was on the show, I probably said that the last Breaking Bad episode was the last one of these too. So I'm just apparently a pathological liar.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, we call you a creator. You've got a writer's mentality, and at some point you just sit down, maybe, or does it just come over you saying, you know what, I've got this idea, I want to do this movie.
I just wanted to work with Aaron Paul again.
Is that really it?
That was that coupled with the thought that I kept having, which is, I picture him getting away at the end of the final episode of Breaking Bad, but How did he do that? That's a lot of stuff that has to happen to really get away. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he goes around the next corner and he gets nailed by the cops. I mean, what happened next? And I wanted to know what happened next, and I wanted to work with Aaron again. It was kind of as simple as that.
All right, I'm going to ask a question that I kind of don't know the answer to, but I want to know the answer to it. Is Walter White dead?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one too, Rich, because I love you so much, and because it's your 5th anniversary. Yes, Walter White is dead. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we can handle that.
But is the actor who plays Walter White somehow involved? I'll take that as an answer. We can move on. Okay. He's so amazing, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston is amazing.
Amazing.
Did you get to see him on Broadway when he was doing?
I wanted to so bad. I could not get to New York. I'm hoping somehow, some way, that if he wants to do network again, I couldn't see it in London, couldn't see it in New York. He was LBJ there too. I'm assuming you're talking about being in network. You're
both.
Talking about
I was talking about. I saw. Yeah, he was great as LBJ. He was great in network. I was lucky. I saw the production in London and in New York
for network.
For network,
where he plays Howard Beale.
Where he plays Howard Beale.
Which I'm hoping he'll do it in Los Angeles just one more time.
That's a great idea. I'm going to ask him about that.
Will
that,
you please?
That would be,
Is he going to be there tonight at the premiere?
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay.
But by the way, lots of people who are not in the movie are going to be there too.
Why would he go to the premiere?
Right, exactly.
Not in it. Cranston has been on this show and has said if you call him, he will do whatever you ask him to do.
God bless
he
him.
has said that. I mean, he has essentially said, "I'm in because if you called." So
you know who else is great and he's the best there is Bryan Cranston. Bob Odenkirk.
Oh, he's amazing.
Jesus, he is.
I know he's amazing.
An amazing actor.
As Saul Goodman, he is amazing. So I guess I was going to follow up. Has Bryan Cranston? Have you called Bryan Cranston? Have you called Bryan?
I did. I called him to invite him to the premiere along with Warren Buffett, who's not in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. What you ask him a question? Go ahead. You're getting.
Is Huell in the movie?
Is Huell in the movie?
Because last we saw him, he was just stuck in a hotel room, and we were wondering what happened to
That's
Huell.
right. Netflix, by the way, is doing this awesome thing. Netflix has been fun to work with, I have to say. I've really enjoyed working with those guys, and they are very enthusiastic. And they've got this thing. I don't know when it's going to go live, but it's Huell in the hotel, in the apartment, sitting and waiting. Because you're right,
Right.
Chris. People have been asking for years, whatever happened to Huell? So they're doing this promotion. So yes, Huell is involved in a certain way.
Very good.
And it is so funny. I think they're going to literally have him sitting there for hours. And if you are disposed to do so, you can literally watch him for hours.
I mean, it's one of the best gifs ever of Huell falling onto the bed of cash.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.